Let's get this.
So scandalous.
Well, that's where fans sometimes make you embarrassed to be a wrestling fan because they will find anything to make a mountain out of a molehill, especially on wrestlers that they quote unquote don't like. What I'm referring to recently is that picture you saw at the very beginning of this video with Sasha Banks at a fan greeting where she was paid $30,000. Well, apparently they reported that fans had to stand 5 feet away from Sasha Banks when taking the photograph, when in fact they only told half the story. It was only male fans that she had that request on. Because anyone that has followed Sasha Banks' career has seen her take photos with female fans close and with kids. But male fans, she has always had them, unless it was someone she knew. Unless it was someone she knew and someone she trusted, she always kept them a distance away. And you know what? That's her prerogative. This is nothing new. But fans acting like, oh, she's being a diva, she's being snobbish, when other female wrestlers have made similar requests. I am sure. But let this have been Gail Kim or Mickey James or Tony Storm that made this request. Nobody would have said jack. And as for one saying, $30,000, oh, that's too much. That's too much. Actually, I think she didn't ask for enough. She actually could have asked for more. But she only asked for 30. So, to you fans that are nitpicking and stuff, go jump off a cliff. Go get laid. Go do something. Because apparently you have no life. And plus, she's a married woman on top of that. And a lot of fans forget that too. She's actually a married woman. So, it might be for not only her comfort, it could be for your safety. Especially she was there taking pictures with Naomi. And this is actually going to Naomi, or Trinity Fatu. Do you really want her husband Jimmy showing up to put you in your place? Or the rest of the Samoans covered up to put you in your place? Do you really want those problems? And that's another thing. I guarantee you, if Naomi made that request, nobody would have said anything. Nobody would have said jack. But because it's Sasha Banks, everybody wants to make a mountain out of a molehill. I'm like, really? Really? This is your case against this woman. You know, and that's the one thing about the YWC and all these other groups. When they report stuff on Sasha, they only report the narrative they want to report. They only report half the story, it seems, half the time. Like the whole thing when they walked out. And even I was critical of them. But as it turns out, they left earlier that day. It was not during the show like WWE claimed. So that alone was side-eye and showed me there was probably more to the story. But did that narrative get pushed? It was reported for maybe a day or two, and then after that, silence. They would say, well, they shouldn't have walked out. When other wrestlers, most recently, Tony Storm, earlier this year, did the same thing. Did anyone bash her, criticize her for walking off the job? No. She was technically still under contract as far as I know. So, why wasn't there any hate on her? Just saying. Anyway, that's enough on my rant about this. I'm out.
Get down, 'cause we